Yeah, Captain Silverside's here. What's up, everybody? I'm chilling well in boater friggin' paradise. Look at the boat now, y'all. Don't look. You just get a sneak peek. That's not why we're talking today. All right, we're getting ready for winter, getting ready for the final push to get the big bad Bruce Roberts heading south again and on to her greatest adventure to date. I don't want to give any more details other than the direction we're going right now is definitely south. But I got a conundrum that I need some help with. All right, so, a cruiser's main source of anything outside of their boat is their dinghy boat. It is just so much more important than you can imagine, because if that goes down, we can't get food, we can't get water, we can't get nothing. So, being that it was conducive for the nonprofit, it's, nonprofit, got to get the plug here. Great Lakes Aquatic Habitat Preservation Team, who? That's us. We got a lot of volunteers to move, and these little rubber boats came in real helpful. So, I started with this one years ago when I bought the Morgan, and this has been a good boat. It's a bag boat. It's a PVC bag boat, so it doesn't have a ton of longevity in it. Inevitably, I ended up getting that one, which is a Hypalon boat with a Johnson 15 horse. That thing is good for 24 knots. It's a ton of fun. I love it. Again, it's Hypalon. Dragon Motors hooked me up with that. He didn't give it to me. It certainly wasn't free, but I got a real smoking hot deal on it, and it's done me really well. But it's getting to the end of its lifespan. It's been around the block more than a time or two. And I'm nervous that boat isn't going to have what it takes, to make it where I want to go. So I hopped on Facebook Marketplace, because that's where all the good deals are nowadays. This is not a paid advertisement. I'm not an influencer for Facebook, but that seems to be where a fella goes to get good deals nowadays. So that's what it is. The floor is not in it right now, because I'm working on getting it packed up. But this is actually a really cool sailing catamaran, and I put the motor's not on it. Like I said, it's all torn apart right now. I just kind of threw it together today to show you folks. It's been a ton of fun sailing it. I love the fact that I can sail it. Plus, it's got a motor. Plus, it's a catamaran, so it handles really well. You got a lot of space, but it's not fast. It's not something you're going to beat the crap out of some waves with. And the reason I started looking at catamarans years ago, if you look back at our very first episode, you'll see us messing around with a catamaran inflatable dinghy. And what that was a Dux. I don't remember the year. I got it used. I think it was a 2011 off the top of my head, but it was what's called a little ducky. And if you're not familiar with Dux catamarans, I saw a couple of promo videos of these boats jumping 12-foot ocean waves and doing wheelies, and I've actually blown the bottom right out of a couple of those boats jumping waves. You come off of them, and as you come down, if they're not a fiberglass rigid bottom, it's just that concussion. I've blown a couple bottoms out of boats jumping waves. So it really caught me that these Dux boats were kind of purpose-built for that kind of punishment. And I bought me one, and we had a lot of fun with it. It was great, but it was a little boat. It's probably 10 foot. But what really caught my eye on the way the Dux boats were built is they're multi-chambered. All right, so there's not just one chamber. It's 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. So you got 4 chambers. So it takes 4 holes to sink the boat, which is cool. Redundancy is critical. Plus, what they do extra awesome is they actually wrap it with an outer layer too. So you got to go through 2 layers of material, and I suppose it's debatable because that's going to be harder to patch. Maybe if you get a hole in it, but it's that much harder to get a hole in it because it's double layered. Plus, those boats, like I told you, this bag boat, this first one here, and this one here, those are both made out of PVC, and the UV sun is going to eat those up. This back one here is Hypalon, and it's held up a lot better, but again, you got a 10-year lifespan on Hypalon in the sun down south, where these Dux boats are made out of what's called PTFE, and maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. It's the same material that they build astronaut suits out of. They use it for a lot of other things too, because it's basically Teflon, and PTFE is a fiberglass coated Teflon that they claim is impervious to UV damage, right? That's why the astronauts use it. And because it's Teflon, it's supposed to be super, super, super strong. So, like I said, I love that boat. It was built way stronger, way, way more tougher than any other boat that I had ever had before. And I really wanted the big one, what they call the Hammerhead. It was like a $1,400 boat, and I don't know, maybe they're $1,400, maybe they're $12,000. They're expensive boats to buy new, and I don't have it like that, folks. I just don't. Shoot, that's like 6 months worth of work to pay for a little, rubber boat where I could just buy a couple more of these, and I can buy that boat on Marketplace, in good condition, ready to run with a motor on it for $3,000. So that was kind of my budget. I was actually looking for another one of these when I happened to run into this bad boy. Dun, 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 dun. Look how freaking sexy that is. I gotta show you. I'm an ass man through and through. And look at the bottom end of this girl. Look how sexy that thing is. You can just tell that's gonna be fast, right? Oh, it is fast. It's so fast. I love it to death. But that's not 22. It looks like it's 22 because it's in selfie mode. That's a 55. This transom is actually rated for a 50 horse. These boats are rated for 60 mile an hour with a 50 horse on them, and they're rated to jump 12-foot ocean waves and just keep going. And part of that is these holes in the transom, and that's one of the problems I have with the boat. All right, so listen, I love this boat through and through. This is everything I ever hoped it was going to be. It's the most amazing damn inflatable boat, and it has become, outside of Bruce, my most favorite and cherished item in the world. I desperately want to bring it with me. However, I have had this hanging off the davit. Okay, I got it up. I had to upgrade the crane and all the pulleys, and I can winch it up on the back of the boat. In a word, it is ridiculous. Ridiculous with this big old orange boat hanging off the back of my sailboat. But it's kind of ridiculous in an awesome way, if that's possible. It truly is. So, all right, so here is my idea, and I'm going to run it past you. I need some advice. So, I think this is a freaking cool concept right here. And I bought this for $500, and it came with 2 masts and 2 sails and 2 sets of rigging. This is a Marconi rig. The other one is a more traditional style. The Marconi rig is cool because you don't have to have much of a mast, and it raises it up, actually goes up like another foot higher, and you get a lot more sail edge, a lot more power in the sails. I don't think I'm going to use the Marconi. I think I'll sell that or keep it with the Marconi rig and use that. I may take this as the backup boat. I may take this as the backup boat. They both take up about the same amount of room, minus, the extra room that the rig takes up, but that's not a big deal. I can throw it up with the paddle boards on top of the jungle gym and lash it down and bring it with me. And that way, if we have extra crew and we need 2 boats, hell, we might bring both of those. That's not a bad idea. But what if, let me submit to you for your consideration this evening, what if I took that sailing concept, all right, part of the design challenge with this boat here is I do not need this boat to go 60 miles an hour. Right now, I cannot let anybody drive this boat unless they have some serious experience running stuff with horsepower. Because this thing comes out of the water and you twist the wick and you hold on for dear life, and she will stand up, grab the wind, and for as long and as far as you want. Look it up. I'm going to shoot some video of this stuff, but let me tell you how hard it is. I've tried to shoot video while you're freaking running a wheelie, on a bright orange dinghy boat doing 35 miles an hour across the water. Anyway, I almost lost the camera a couple of times, folks. We'll keep trying. Anyway, design requirements. If we're going to run this boat, we got to lighten it up. We got to cut the horsepower in half. Maybe I find a 30 horse. That knocks some weight off of there. That's cool. He used starboard floor. Starboards, this is like, I talked to the guy that runs the ducks business. He's pretty cool. His name is Tom. He seemed kind of, interested in my ideas. I really want to get the starboard out of here, I really want to make a molded fiberglass floor for the thing where the mast can kind of fold down into the middle, and then I can use it as like an oh shit grab bar, because yeah, we're gonna need those. We just are. The aluminum transom makes me nervous. That's all aircraft aluminum. The fella told me that's aircraft aluminum. It's good. People have bolted like 100 horsepower outboards onto that transom and it survived just fine. I wanted to make a fiberglass one, so I knew that the salt wasn't going to eat it up. But the transom actually has a lifetime warranty on it. Maybe we just get it enclosed, because I can't have $400 worth of groceries getting covered in salt water. And right now, if you jump in the boat and back it up, you get 6 inches of water in it immediately, and that's just, dude, that's not going to work. So, you know, if I can fight through, you can tell I'm pretty in love with this boat, and I really want to bring it with me. Am I being ridiculous? You know, ridiculous is good, but ridiculous in a bad way is not. I mean, I think it's just awesome, and it's super safe in terrible conditions, and that's what I like about it the most. So, you know, maybe we can rework through some of these things and take just a little bit of the racing out of it. It's so cool. It's such a pretty boat, and God, is it fun to run. All right, so here's the deal, folks. You're gonna have to put down in the comments what you think I should do here. Should I just stay with the trusted, tried and true traditional? Should I go just, you know, that and beyond into a whole nother realm? Because that's just the apples and frickin' oranges, man, and in every aspect. You know, we're thousands of dollars difference between the two boats, but this boat's going to last as long as what 4 of those will last. So, you know, boat and motor, $3,000 a piece. We'll take $1,000 out of it for them. We'll call that $2,000. For me to get this boat to run for that much time, I'd have to buy probably 4 of them, if not 3 for sure. That's like $6,000 on the light. I have $6,000 into this package, including the motor and the trailer. Trailer's going to get sold, motor's going to get sold, but we're going to have to dump some more of that money back in for the motor and then pay for the upgrades to the boat. I'll still end up with $6,000 into this boat. But if I can get $6,000 into this boat, get it to meet all the design requirements, and have an emergency sail in it so that if my motor breaks down, which by the way has happened to me, not this motor, well, yeah, that motor, water pump went out on it. I had that motor go out on me. Having a sail to get back home is really invaluable, to say the least. All right, that's it. What do you think I should do? Should I just take this guy and call it good? Rock the $500 boat, keep it on the super cheap, and sell all this shit and put it in the cruising fund? Let me know. I need you guys to drop it in the comments. Here in a quick minute, I'm going to be taking this boat to the Ducks manufacturing facility. They're located here in Michigan. They are a Michigan business. You guys really should check them out. Look up some of the Ducks Hammerhead Extreme racing videos. It'll really blow your hair back what this boat is designed to do. You'll understand why I'm so in love with it when you see it run. But we're going to be taking that boat down to them, going over some of these design requirements that I have with them, and seeing if, you know, we can get something in the engineering department, you know, that makes sense. And maybe you'll see some more of this boat in the future. You know, I guess let me know as quick as you can if you think I'm a fool trying to pursue taking such an awesome dinghy boat with me. You know, I like to be different. So like it, subscribe to it, share it with your friends, drop a comment in. Let me know what you think, folks. All right, peace out.